Good morning, welcome back to Breakfast Television. We're continuing to celebrate Nutrition Month, and we've got registered dietitian Martina Gornick-Marion joining us to look at some simple ways to eat healthy and save money. And to start with our new mantra, which is plan, shop, cook, enjoy.
Exactly.
And we're going to go through each and every step and show how it helps your family. So first we're planning. How does that help?
We're planning. 37% of Canadians actually don't plan their meal before they go shopping.
I'm surprised it's that, like, I would have thought almost no one does.
Yeah. Well, you know, it makes a huge difference.
Sure.
And one of the things we want to encourage folks to do is to plan together with their families. So whether you're a single parent family, whether your extended family is all in the household, get everyone's buy-in. Kids, especially if you've got some picky eaters at home, are going to like the opportunity to pick and choose and have a say in what they're eating, and you're going to have greater buy-in at the table.
Okay.
And so what you can do is sit down with the family, pull out the old cookbooks, pull out your old recipe box. There's lots of good information on the websites, on the internet. Dietitians of Canada, Eat Right Ontario has some really great menu planner tips and recipes along with Dietitians of Canada. So,
and it takes that frustration out of what do we have for dinner tonight? I don't know. What do we have? What's in the cupboard?
Exactly. And the thing is, there's usually always one person planning, and so then those people get, you know, exhausted. They can't think of any other ideas. So if you ask your 6-year-old, what do you think you'd like for a dinner? Yep. You might actually come up with some really good ideas. Ask hubby, ask grandma, whoever. And planning as a family can have a lot of benefits.
And that way mom's not making 6 different meals for 6 different people.
Well, you don't want to be doing that. No, absolutely.
No. Okay, so we plan, then we shop, and you got a great advice for us when it comes to looking at the prices. Because these ones, same thing, big can, small can, this one's more expensive.
Well, if you look at the price, right? You know, $2.39 for this larger can. This is a brand name. And then most of the time, your generic varieties are cheaper. However, sometimes there's sales on the name brand, so take a look. So even though, you know, on the onset, brand A, our name brand, looks more expensive, but when we look at the unit cost.
Switch those around.
Sure.
So per unit cost, per milliliter.
Per 100 mils, our brand is actually, our brand name is 30 cents per 100 mils. And so look at per 100 gram, per 100 mil, per slice, and that's your unit cost. And it can tell you a lot about, you know, how many pennies you're saving at the end of the day. And that makes a difference on the bottom of your grocery bill.
Because they do add up. And some grocery stores, you're not going to see it on the price tag. It'll say per milliliter.
Yeah, look closely. So if you're not, you know, handy with figures in your head, you know, take a look at the price tag, but also pull out your calculator. Your calculator.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so then so we planned, we shopped, and then we want to actually cook ourselves. And you've got some stuff as far as like raw ingredients go.
Well, yeah. Some other money-saving tips is buying in bulk or club packs. So you can buy larger items that like grains and dried fruits and sometimes meats and so forth.
That's a lot of raisins.
That is a lot of raisins, and so you get, you know, better bang for your buck.
Okay.
Although some things don't lend well for the bulk purchasing, especially if you have smaller families or if you're a senior or a single individual, you may not get through, say, a bag of apples, or if it's 2 for 1, you may not get through that bag.
Right.
And so that waste is also money down the drain. So be conscious of that. But what you can do for the dry goods that aren't going to expire, you know, you have some wiggle room. But things like your produce and that sort of thing, shop with a friend. Say, let's buy this bag of apples, and you get half and I get half, and we're saving together, and we're not worrying about things going to waste.
Think about what you're actually using, what you've actually got. So coming up, you've got a fantastic recipe. It's one of my faves growing up as a kid. Shepherd's pie couldn't be simpler, and is a great way to save and get healthy as well. So we're going to show you that recipe in more moments. Right now, let's check on last night's score. Nice win for our Jets. Here's Sportsnet.
Great.